episode of the program Kitchen Drive. I am Hilda Homsen Francois and I'm welcoming you to the first agricultural television in the capital city of Abuja, Nigeria. I am again Hilda, your girl, and today I am the chef. I told you that once in a while I will host myself and of course I will share my recipe with you. Today we're driving down to Plateau State, the home of peace and tourism. In our previous episode, I actually told you that we're going to drive down from the top down to the southern part of Plateau. That is the northern part, the central part, and of course the southern part. The eastern part will not even be left out, but let's see how we roll. Today we're going down to the southern part that is covering from Lantern down to Kwampan. And they have this common meal, Amora. Amora is made out of the Amora seed itself. It comes in form of fruit, the tuber fruit, and is being studied by NRCRI Institute Umudike, and it's one of their mandate crops. And I tell you, there are a lot of value chain derived from Amora. But today, one of the value chains we are going to do is the Amora itself, the food itself. And when they serve you that food in this southern part of Plateau, you are, of course, a special guest, and you are real honored. The Amora is a rich kind of, menu, and the dish is specially cooked and served during special occasion. But right now, families that can eat it are saying that it is good, it's healthy for all ages, and of course it has different, you can eat it at any time of the day. When we go on a short break, we'll come back and I'll show you the recipe, the ingredients, the method, and everything. You want to learn more about Amora, don't go anywhere. Kitchen Drive will drive you down there. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Before we went on to break, I told you that Kitchen Drive is taking us down to the southern part of Plateau State, the home of peace and tourism. And we are preparing Amora. Amora is one of their native dishes that is being served when you are a special guest and on special occasion. But of course now it's a common dish and it can be eaten at any time of the day and by all ages. Right now we have the Amora itself. I told you this is the Amora itself. This is the powder form. The processed form of the Amora itself is white, it's starchy. Then it goes with protein, a lot of proteins. Of course we have meat, fish, stockfish, different type of fish, crayfish, stockfish, just all the proteins you wish to have it in the meal. We have the red oil, we have paste, tomato, all the vegetable you want. I had it blended here. That is my pepper, tomato. You can have it fresh if you want. You just dice it and have it in the food. This is grounded granite. I love mine with granite, but it can go with egusi. It can go with sesame seeds. It can go with these are like thickeners that I know that can be added to the Amora to make it, it's already like starch, so it loses it a little bit, and of course give it this beautiful and sweet taste. I love preparing mine with granite. Then of course these are the remaining protein. I have my onions, my spring onions, my fresh pepper. I have vegetable. The ugu leaf is what I intend to use for my Amora today. So these are much more depending on what you want, how you want to enjoy your Amora. These are the ingredients for it. So now the method comes in two different forms. You either fry all your ingredients, that is if you have cooked the meat, but I have not cooked my meal, so I am going to light my fire, have my pot so that I can cook the meat. So my meat is already well washed. I'll have my dry fish here first. Like this. So I will have my meat first. I have to cook it first so that it will be well done. I'll add some water to it. I have to have just little water so that when they mix, so that it will enable the ingredients go in properly. So that by the time it's well cooked, I can add the water to the quantity of food I want to cook. So I add some of my spices, my seasoning, onions. Cut my onion. I'm going to add to it. Add to it. I love my pepper, so I'm going to pound my pepper. Though I have the blended one, but the fresh one, gives me this fresh taste to it. So my fresh pepper, I love adding it when I'm boiling my protein, my meat, so that the pepper, the ingredients will go right into the meat, to have this sweet seasoning. So I cover it for a while to allow it to cook properly. Meanwhile, I'll go back and see what I'm going to be doing. Meanwhile, the meat is cooking. Kitchen Drive on your first agricultural television. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look at our meat. Oh, it's boiling, and I told you the aroma, the pepper, the red atarugu is coming out, mixed with the onion itself. It's giving this beautiful aroma. As I'm waiting for the meat to cook, I'll come back here. It's the Amora flour I told you. It's starchy. It comes like Irish potato tuber. How unique it is. It's just recently that studies being carried on it. That's why we have it on a farm, on a plantation. But I was told that it's one of those wild plants that are being found in the bush. Mostly it's wheat, and farmers get rid of it. So you dig right into it. It's a tuber crop, of course. So you dig down, you pick it, you dig it out, comes in form of Irish potato. You grate it. When you grate it, it's very poisonous, and because of that, they wash it, you grate it, you soak it for 3 days, you discard the water far away. The third day you rinse it again, of course, then you put it in a sack or anything that's going to drain out the water for you. You dry it and it comes out in this form. But if you have to cook it, we have to make it more smoother. If not, it gives you this lumpy taste look, which I don't like. So I'm going to just add little water to it. I'll add little water to it, allow it to soak before I pound it into my powder form. I want it to be very smooth. Yeah. So I'm going to keep this one so that it's going to get a soak and a little bit soft, so that when I pound it, it's going to splash and it's going to give it this smooth flour taste. Meanwhile, my meat is cooked and is alright. Yes, it's still boiling. Let me remove all the bones from my fish. I know it's already washed with hot water, but I love my fish. I love it being put full in the Amora, and then I have my pala too. I told you initially that this is one of the best eaten and served food in the southern part of Plateau. Hence, it's a very important and delicious meal that carries a lot of proteins in it. And I'm going to pound my crayfish. I'm going to pound my crayfish. When I small of my stockfish too that is properly washed. You know, I told you I love it. You know, the Gumai man, as they are called, they love enjoyment. They enjoy and celebrate in almost everything, and they love themselves. They love eating good food. Just find out about them. You know what, and you agree with what I'm saying. So I'm going to add the other protein to it. Yes. So you know, initially I told them that I just put small water to enable the meat cook very well and the ingredients to, you know, go into the meat. At this stage, I'm going to add more water to the quantity of the food I want to prepare, because the meat is cooked and the ingredients are, you know, well added together and blended together. And the targu is mwah. Alright, so I'm going to allow it to cook just for like 10 minutes. Once it boils, I'm going to add my groundnut oil and other ingredients. Kitchen dry. We're making Amora, one of the delicacies that the southern part of Plateau enjoy. They enjoy it all time of the day and by all ages. It's healthy, it's good, it's rich. Just give a try to it. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. Before we went on the short break, I told you that today we are making Amora. Amora is one of the delicacies eaten by the southern part of Plateau State. You know, covering from Lantan down to Kwampan. And Amora can be eaten at any time of the day and by all ages. And we had the ingredients. We had the Amora itself. We had red oil, fresh pepper, proteins of all types. Fish, crayfish, starfish. I'm using goat meat, and then red oil, onion, spices. We first boiled the meat so that it will enable ingredients to go in. So we added just but a little quantity of water, added the spices to it, and of course our pepper to garnish and give the meat sweet taste when you are eating it. We allow it to cook well before we added other proteins to it. And now at this stage, the other proteins are well also cooked and ready, you know, to welcome other ingredients to it. So we're adding, I told you, tomato. You can have fresh, of course, but I blended everything in here. So I just need but little of it, you know, to add to the delicacy of the meal. I'm going to add my red oil so that it will, of course, apart from the taste, the healthy part of it, it gives a beautiful color to the food too, you know. Then we have here granite. Okay, I have here granite, so I'm going to use granite in this, but you can use egusi, you can use ridi, either the white or the black one, to add to it, because the Amora is starchy. The granite and other things gives it, you know, this loosen texture. It helps to loosen the starchy content of the Amora. So, but I love granite, so I'm going to use mine. I'm using granite. Of course, I grounded the granite with crayfish again to add to the taste of it. I'm going to mix everything together. Just have a look at what is on my fire. The pot is looking good and ready to eat. Others can just put add vegetable to it and they eat swallow it. But this time around, we are using the granite as a thickener. And so it is good and it's ready. I'm going to add small water. So I want it to cook a little bit. Allow the other ingredients to cook very well. It's a very simple food. Wow. 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 Have a look at this. I'm going to allow it for 10 minutes to cook. And when it cooks, we'll add other ingredients to it. Isn't it yummy? At this stage, you can just add your ugu and other things and have the soup eaten as soup itself or with other swallows. So all the proteins here are well cooked. I'm just allowing the granite and other ingredients I just added to cook too for like 10 minutes, and we're going to, you know, have the vegetable added. The Amora mostly is the last of the ingredients to be added into the pot. So I'm going to cover this for 10 minutes. You know, I told you initially that we added water to the Amora itself, that is the starch, to enable it, you know, get soft. And when I'm pounding it, it will not splash, because when you put in the Amora like this, it gives you this roomy texture, which is not cool. So others put it together and grind it. You know, I'm using my hand now to just make it a little bit smooth before I add it to my mortar. I'm going to add it to my mortar and I'm going to pound it into a very soft texture so that I will use it. I told you that my people love enjoyment and they don't rush their food as they don't rush their dance. Everything about them is calm, cool. I wonder why, you wonder why I'm saying all this to you. Find out. Alright, so I have this now. Let me pound it a little bit, make it smooth. Let me make it smooth as I told you. I'm pounding it here in the small mortar because we're just cooking, but you know, small quantity of the Amora for the program's sake. If you go for their weddings, you go for their deaths, you go for any ceremony, if you don't see Amora as one of the delicacies there, run away. It's not Southern part or Southern celebration. So they love this. They love it so much. See, I have made it smooth. It's smooth now. See, it's smooth. You can't compare it with the initial stage, that is the rough stage. So you can't cook it in this format. You rather make it smooth like this. And I told you that we're going to add vegetable to it. So I think this is the right time for us to add vegetable. I'm using ugu and spring onion to garnish it. You mix it together. Aww. Have a look at this. It's beautiful. You know? This already is another menu. You can have your granite soup like this. But today we are not making granite soup. You have this again. Oh! Those that enjoy this will know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to cover it for just 2 minutes. 2 minutes and we're good to go. Clean my kitchen. I'm going to remove my Amora flour from the mortar. You know. Some people now, at this stage, will believe with me that it's a very easy food. I told you, see, it's smooth and it's ready. And I just told you just 2 minutes, so we're going back. I'm going to reduce the fire. Some people put it down. You know, when growing up, I was told that we cook the Amora down. But now you can reduce the fire level and have your Amora, you know, not as your Amora. Alright. This is now the last stage of it. I have my Amora ready. Others will say we should use spoon. I love using my hand because I'll still need to, sprinkle it. You don't need to pour it like you're pouring rice, but rather I still smoothen it with my hand to sprinkle it to avoid anything that is going to make the Amora have any source of any form of lump. No. So that's why I'm using this, to break any of the flour that goes in here and does not want to break. So this is going to help me break it. And my texture is okay for me. My texture is okay for me. I don't want it too thick and I don't want it too watery. I don't want it to cook too thick and I don't want it too watery. Can you have a look at my Amora? My Amora is ready. You can have a look at it. It's smooth. There's no lump. The proteins are there encouraging you to want it more. The vegetables are there grilling around to garnish the food. The pepper is there to encourage you to eat more and drink, more. Of course, drink water or any soft drink to push it. It's not a meal that I'm going to leave on the fire. Amora is ready. This is Amora. So I'm going to cover it first. When we come back after the break, I'll give you, of course, the response to how this meal is going to taste on my taste buds. Kitchen Drive on your ARCN television. Drive drove us down to the southern part of Plateau State where we made Amora. Amora is one of the southern foods that delicacies that is being served and can be eaten by everybody, all ages at any time. Of course, if you are on the plateau and the southern part of Plateau and they serve you this, you are highly welcome. Alright, this is Amora. Amora made out of Amora flour. Take two. Amora flour. We have different proteins to eat. We have vegetable, of course. We boiled our meat, added other proteins to eat, and then allow it to cook properly. We use granite to lessen and to loosen the starchy part of the Amora because Amora can be very starchy. So we added vegetable to eat, other ingredients to eat to make it sweet and delicious. This is Amora. Oh, and I tell you, I love my granola because it gives you this sweety taste in the Amora. Other people can use egusi and other, ingredients or other legumes to lessen or to loosen the starch, but I use granola and it's nice. This is Kitchen Drive. Eat good food. Live healthy. If you want to know more about delicacies and food, keep watching ARCN television where we give you more about agriculture and of course the end product of agriculture. I am Hilda Simplified, driving down to another part of the plateau. Don't miss our next episode. See you!